What did you think of what you saw the last 3 days?
We had a really fun camp with these guys. I thought we've really captured the right tempo and the opportunity to see a lot of stuff, maybe the best we've had. I think it helped us having the numbers of guys that we had, so the depth chart kind of worked in our favor. We didn't wear guys out too much. It was really one of the better ones we've had, and there's a lot of good things, a lot of positives. A lot of guys we liked, and some of the guys that were the tryout guys, not just free agents that we signed, did some stuff too. So we got a lot of evaluations to make, and we got to make some choices here.
How was Rashad pass catch?
He caught the ball beautifully. Really, he can do whatever we need to do in the throwing game. Shadi did a nice job of mixing some stuff in so that we could see him doing different route concepts, and so he had a real good variety of things that we looked at him in and out of the backfield, with a couple exceptions, he did a really good job. So that's a real good sign. We're going to work real hard with his pass protection, make sure that he's up to speed there, and we'd like to see if we can make him available to us in all 3 downs, kind of like we use Chris.
With running backs trying to learn pass protection stuff, is it more about the physical ability to do it, or is it more about knowing the assignments?
It's a really interesting kind of phase of the game that the running backs who have not been called on to pass protect a lot, they'll at times really look like they're way out of whack with the pass pro until they realize what it is and the physical part of what the blocking really calls for. We'll see it just through kind of being dedicated to making sure that he's ready for the season. He'll get a ton of work in camp, and he won't have any problem doing it all. He's got a great body for doing it. He's a tough kid, so it's just a matter of getting in the reps and where they understand how physical they can be, the different types of style of rushes that they'll get, and it really comes along rather quickly. Some guys always have a knack for just being the tough guys in that situation. We'll find out about that. I don't know that yet, but I know that I'm not concerned that we'll have enough time to get him ready to pass pro, because he's going to work real hard at camp.
You mentioned Magoo the first day, how he stood out. Just what did you think after 3 days?
Yeah, he really did. He did a lot of really good things. He can throw all the passes. He's got a big arm. He moves real well. We've seen him move a ton in college. I was really anxious to see him in the pocket more, because he was so in and out with all the pressure that he had to deal with. I thought it was very positive, and so we're excited about it. I don't see any restrictions in the types of things that we can do. Looking at this for these first few days, he took a lot of reps, and I talked to him quite a bit about the fact that he has not been in the huddle. He's not been under center, much at all in his career. A couple of years back, since he has, and there's a transition there, just about the verbiage and transferring his brain from the huddle to the line of scrimmage differently than it is when the coach is calling it from the sidelines and everybody sees what the call is, and they just go out and execute the play. So he did very well, and it doesn't look like there'll be any problem, but he's got some ground to make up there.
Trey Flowers, what did you see in him kind of making that turn?
He had a really nice camp here for us, and his groin got a little sore today on day 3, but he looked very comfortable, very equipped to do the kinds of stuff. The film that we got off the first couple of days of practice was really positive, and I'm really excited about that.
You had a couple guys make that transition. What's the hardest part of going from safety?
It's believing in the discipline that it takes to do it, and really finding the patience that it takes to sit on the line of scrimmage and not be jittery and all that. Guys think that they're supposed to go up there and beat the heck out of the receivers, and that's what they think bump and run is. There's so much more to it than that. So it's the discipline that it takes over time and to develop the patience is really what the challenge is. If they're equipped, and he's got all of the tools that you're looking for. He's real long, his feet are really quick and light, and he's got terrific speed, and he's already shown all the abilities to make the plays by playing safety for all those years, the tackles and the hits and the plays on the ball and all that. That's not even a concern of mine. It's just, can he take to the discipline of it, and will he sit there and understand really how it works. He showed like he understood right off the bat. It was a very good demonstration of what the future could hold. So I was really, really positive and really pleased with that.
Did you keep the terminology the same when you plays? Schottenheimer's coming in?
The majority of the stuff is the same, with some adaptations and some new things, of course. but the bulk of it and the basics that are the same, so that he did most of the learning as opposed to making the players do most of the learning. But I say that, but there's still stuff, and there's quite a few new things that we're doing that we're excited about, and that does generate some new terminology and some. He's tried to clean some things up too. As you look at a package of stuff, there's times that you can just kind of sharpen it up a little bit, and he's worked at that. So I would say it's about 70% the same, and 30% different.
What were you able to kind of glean from Rasheem and Jacob Martin up front on the defensive line?
Well, first off, Rasheem, I think I said it the other day. You can see after the first day that he's really well coached, and you can see that he's got a real sense for rushing the passer and his movements and the kind of transitions in and out of his movements. He seems like he's an experienced kid for a 20-year-old, and so that means he's been coached really well, and he's a good natural athlete. So that was really obvious in the camp. So he looks like he would have a chance to do what we need him to do. It doesn't look like he's got a million miles to go. That was really exciting. Jacob it's hard to evaluate Jacob because he plays so hard. He's a motor guy and a physical guy that runs and hits and does all that. In this camp, it's not really suited for that, but he's really smart. He showed the attention to the details of the stuff as he's picking it up. We'll know more about him when we see him play. He's got the potential to play other spots too, and so there might be some outside backer in his future too, and so we're going to work with that when we come back to camp.
What do the next few days look like for you as you guys round out this process and go through making those decisions?
Yeah, we've got the kids out of college can't come in until after the 14th, and so we've got a week or so with those guys. There's a few of the guys that are in this camp that aren't in that category, guys that came out a year ago, so we have some decisions to make on those guys sooner than the other guys. But we had 70-something guys. We had a lot of guys we have to work through to figure it out. You can't tell everything. It's so difficult to evaluate offensive linemen and defensive linemen in camps like this. Guys that we haven't seen as much on film and seen their history, it's more of a challenge for us. But so the first thing is to address the new guys that are available to us right now, as well as a week from now we have to get that organized. Some of the guys that come to this camp that were not signed have an opportunity to go to other camps too, and so we have to make some decisions on those guys that are likely to do that. So there's a lot going on. It's really fun stuff to work through. Everybody's on call right now. The scouts are on, the coaches are on to gather the information we need. So, and meanwhile we're still in the middle of phase 2 with the team. So we kick right back into it tomorrow. So it's a pretty good haul here for our guys to just stay on track and keep working. So we have kind of a lot of irons in the fire right now.
How did you see Shaquem and kind of work out week 7?
He looked very comfortable, very natural. He has a sense already for scheme and terminology. The position is the right spot for him. It looks like he can be aggressive and use his speed. He's already shown some sense in the passing game, and he had a couple of really good plays, Justin in zone coverage and some things in man coverage we've already seen. So those were good things to take away. And we can't really get a feel at all for special teams, but we know that that's going to be a factor, so we're excited about that.
Would you ever try him at safety too, or just go linebacker?
I'm not going to close off anything in what we might try, but there's so many plays of nickel scheme where you need guys that can be in coverage. His ability to have the background of playing safety and playing linebacker fits perfectly. So the will backer spot in nickel is one where you're involved in coverage the whole time. So he'll learn a ton from KJ and have a chance to figure out how to play that spot. But I think he's in a good spot. But could he? I think he could. He could play both ends of it.
You mentioned Jamarco was a little nicked. How is he going to be for you?
He came in with a bit of a knee that he just strained a little bit about a month ago, so we just were real careful with him now. He took part in a lot of the practice that we did, just not the final team stuff. He looked good. He looked smart, aware, physically. Had good body control and the kind of stuff. He looks like he's been coached very well, and he looks like he has a chance to fit in. We'll see him at tackle and guard in time, and just take in information, see where that fits. But really good start. Really liked how aware he was. He knows what's going on.
Yeah, Michael Dixon out there drop kicking some.
Yeah, you never know. There's rules changing all the time. You never know. So we just.
Is it fun just seeing all the different things he does now with his background?
So far, yeah, he's had a chance to show us some stuff. You saw the competitions that we did, and really was just designed to just put him under a little bit of observation and also see what he could do. We'll see. We've got time, plenty of time to figure all that out, though. But he does have an array of things he can do with the ball.
Stringfellow's always looked the part body-wise. Do you think you need a big wide, not necessarily him, but a big wide receiver, physical type wide receiver?
We always do, yeah. We always would like to have it. You know, our guys that do a lot of our playing are the quicker guys, a little bit smaller guys than the big receivers. So we're always looking. And he had a good camp. He did a nice job. He looked like he fit in and made a real good statement about giving himself a chance here.
You've had Cyril racing for a little bit now. How have you seen him just grow?
Yeah, I mean, he's come a million miles. He didn't play football since high school, you know, so but the fact that he took part in this camp here was just to give him more reps, more turns, just trying to catch up. He's got a lot of ability, and he's very natural. You know, he's a natural route runner. He can get in and out of his breaks. He's got terrific speed, and he catches the ball really well too. You know, for having a limited background, and so he's just right in the middle of the competition now. So maybe have a chance to you know, make a statement if he fits on this team.
Does having a couple guys like him and Swoops out there help all the guys just process?
Yeah, surely it does. Tyrone did a really nice job of helping his position group. You know, they know where the drills are going and how to line up, and so they just give them a sense where these guys have a clue. That it's a benefit to have them out there, and it's good for them. You know, both Tyrone and Cyril in similar situations. They're transitioning from other positions, and so every chance they get helps. Tyrone, he's had a really good offseason. He's really strong, a lot stronger. He's never really prepared to be a tight end for an offseason. This year he was dedicated to it, and I think it really shows. So he's going to have a chance to really battle for a spot here.
Khalid Hill really kind of looks the part at fullback, getting a guy that's maybe that big in a spot like that.
Yeah, he's had really good background. He was a tight end and then played fullback. Their offense at Michigan was a well-rounded NFL-style offense. So we've seen him already do a lot of things. Getting him with us, we realize that he is really bright. He does understand it, the motions, the shifts, the different positions that a fullback and a kind of combination tight end can get in. He's been there. So he's going to have a chance. Now, he's a little nicked. He's got a little pull coming in here, but when he's ready, he'll have a chance to compete, and he has a chance to show something. It's good on film, what we've seen, but more importantly, he's really bright, and it makes sense to him, so that gives him a real shot.
You mentioned undrafted Jacob Martin playing at like 250 plus, lighter than that now. Where would you like him to be at?
Yeah, he got down for the combine, you know, got down to 238 or something like that. He played at 252s right in there, so we're expecting his weight. He's in the middle 40s right now. He's working back up. We'll see. The fastest, strongest weight is the best for us. So we want guys that can move first. But I would think he's going to wind up, you know, right around 250 because he's been there before. So that's about the right weight. I think I said this. He has the ability to play on outside linebacker as well as the Leo spot. We'll figure that out in time. And he has a tremendous opportunity to be a big special teams addition for us. And so we got to find a spot for him to make the roster and where he can fit in the depth chart and all of that. He has flexibility because of his versatility, so it'll be fun to see how that works out.
Does he have background in linebacker already?
Not a lot. Yeah, not a lot. In college, he was rushing most of the time, but he's dropped. We've seen him drop on film, and he's done some stuff. So it's just what's been emphasized so far. We'll see. I don't know how that's going to go, but we'll figure that out.
Is the Malik McDowell thing still kind of a holding pattern? Or
Yeah, nothing new. Sorry.
Are you expecting Earl Thomas to just wait till the mandatory stuff is shown?
We'll find out. They got to communicate that phase 2 doesn't look like it's suiting him right now, you know. And so we'll see what's happening. Phase 3 is around the corner for us, so we'll see. We got one more week of phase 2. Earl had a fantastic offseason, and I know he knows how to get in shape. And you know, veterans sometimes look at those rules and they see voluntary, and they see it differently than other guys. So we'll see.
Anything else?
Thank you. See you guys. Thank you.